We're going to go ahead and try something different today. Um, I've been trying different apps, but I don't know. I don't know if they work or not. Oh, this is good. So what I got going on is um, I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to see if if I can do this. Okay, let me change my my entertainment factor here. I'm going to go ahead and put on my country slang. Is that all right with you? All right. So I'm going to identify today as country slang. Right. All right. So what I have is I'm doing a project, and I'm going to see if I could start a little thing called GSD. Now, Mr. DeLeon, what in the hell are you talking about? Well, I'm always trying to do something. I got to do something with my life, right? Because all y'all got your own lives. You got it all figured out, right? You got shit figured out. I'm trying to figure out mine. So, um, so what I got is I'm gonna start a thing called G as in golf, right? S as in Sierra, and D as in Delta. So GSD. What in the hell does that mean? Man, you guys are too smart for me. Y'all smart. Y'all know everything. So I'm not gonna bother with trying to explain what it is because y'all too smart. Yeah, yeah, you guys too smart. So GSD mean get shit done. All right, I'm gonna call it GSD TV. All right. This is my little segment of GS. This is the first showing of it, right? GSD TV, get shit done, right? So if you're a Christian, it's get stuff done. Are you following me? Okay, good. Because y'all too smart. Yeah, too smart people. Y'all. I'm to explain nothing to y'all. So here goes. By the way, this is awesome. So what I'm trying to do is cut down on my purchasing power. Buying these what you call it, energy drinks. They're expensive. They're damn expensive. So I buy the little bottle that has the energy in it with flavor. You squirt it in, you get a couple, like a week's worth of stuff. Good because you can control the flavor and the sweetness of it. Oh, it's fantastic. No sugar, black cherry, you got all kinds of vitamins and stuff. So I'm going to go that route for a little bit. But here we go. GSD, get shit done. Okay. If you're a Christian, get stuff done. Thanks for following. So what I have today is um, since the since the VA is slow in its process. Okay, I'm going to put it that way nicely. Since they're slow in the process, I'm going to go ahead and hurry it up for them. I'm gonna do it myself. So what I did was thank you VA for giving me a wheelchair. Yeah, they finally gave me a wheelchair, and it's been some time. So I, uh, um, I, I was unable to secure a lift for the wheelchair, right? Because I wanted it a certain way because of my disability. And here's the thing, folks. Here's check this out. So I go in, okay, to get a wheelchair, all right, and prior to that, a year or so, two, I say 2 years, we had established with the VA that I'm unable to drive. Right? Keep that in mind. I am I'm unable to drive because I have my disability. I can't turn my head this way or that way or up, but I can go down, and it's limited. So I can do it, but it's very limited and it's very slow. So I have to turn my hip. So if I were to turn my head, it's a slow process, and I can only go that far right there. So it's like a quarter of what I have. Okay. Throughout the day, I'm able to manipulate the movement to depending on what I need to do. It doesn't get any better. It's just a manipulation of it. Okay, so here's little things, but here's also little things. So depending on what I'm doing, that's a natural manipulation of. All right, so now that y'all know that, um, I was unable to secure a lift because this is after we had established that I'm not drivable material through the VA. So what they do is they pull your license, right? They pull the license, right? But they haven't pulled mine. So until they get their shit together, right? Because there's this GSDTV, get your shit together or get shit done. Usually it's get shit done. So now I'm like, well, if they're not going to pull my license, then what I'm going to do is go ahead and try to do stuff myself because, if I have to wait for the federal government to help me out, it ain't going to happen, right? Okay. So, so I purchased a lift, right? And it's a manual lift because if I have to drive, which I am not driving VA, but if I do and it's an emergency situation or I just have to, okay, I need things done a certain way. So I need the lift on my driver's side. I need it to do certain things. And the VA will just not inquire into helping me in detail of getting that done. They just say, well, we can't do it. So I don't argue with them anymore. I just let it go. Okay. Because I have other missions that I have to attend to with the VA. That's small stuff, right? That's like Biden, your president. Okay. It's just a few small documents, right? Just a few. Not a big deal. No, it's just a small amount of classified, not unclassified, classified documents. So yeah, y'all don't worry about it. Okay, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. So um, so it's just that's what I have to do. And so I purchased this manual wheelchair. Let's see if I could. So right now I'm sitting on the floor outside of my home in the garage, and you can see I'm sitting here. Yeah, ain't that cool? It's cold as shit down here, but I'm gonna get shit done. Okay, that's what GSDTV is. Sergeant De Leon retired, Ore Valley, Arizona, 2014, GSDTV. Thank you very much. And so I'm working on my truck, and you can see I put it on the this little yeah, that thing. So I'm gonna use this chingadera right here, okay, to roll under and bolt down this lift that I'm doing. So if you bear with me, it's going to be a little bit before I show you what exactly I'm doing because, see, with my disability, it takes time and it gets very boring. It gets boring as shit when I have to try to maneuver to do this and do that. So what I'm going to do with this project is I'm going to cut in and out every now and again to show you some of the stuff I got done. Because man, I tell you, you'll be sitting there like, wait for it, wait for it, and that shit ain't going to happen. So I got all my tools here, and you can see there's one good tool you have to have there. You see what it is? Yeah. So I don't want to kind of point it out because they cut me off TV, right? They just cut me off and they're like, yeah, you can't do that, man. So I got let me get it down. Here it is right there. So there's my thing. It's a tool. That's a tool right there. A tool for people. All right, that's a tool for people. And so I got my tools, and so let me try to maneuver here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, um, oh, all right, all right. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Bad. Oh, I'm good. So, see, here's a lift right here. All right, there's the lift, and I put it on the left side of the vehicle because that's where, I have to get out of the vehicle, right? I don't want to get out of the vehicle and go all the way to the right side. I want to stay on the left side. So I have it in it. I got it from Harbor Freight. Okay, Harbor Freight, cool. And it lifts up to, let me see if I can maneuver over here. So right now, I'm 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 holding myself up to the truck and got my knees bent. So I don't know if y'all know, but in order for me to stand up, I have to bow my legs back. They go back like this. You can't really see, but it does if you look. It bow both legs back in order to get a symmetry on stand. I'm trying to stand, and I got to hold on to something because I just fall. All right, so I'm doing that right now against the truck. And so here's what I ordered. All right. So it's right there. It's a manual lift, and I think it's 1,000 pounds. It's a half ton capacity, so I think about 1,000 pounds, right? Yeah. So it's manual, and it fits nicely into this little corner here. See that? That's where it fits in here. Now with this truck, 2014, it doesn't have a very deep area there where the wheel well sits, and you could put some in there like other trucks. It's a little more flat bed, right? Wheel wells, which is good because it gives me more to work with. Not this big inset where it's like, well, what do I do with the space? So I'm able to put something in here a little better. Who's over there? All right. So um then um so what I'm doing is since I do all this myself, very difficult. I have some energy. I built up my energy, which is a critical thing for me. Okay, I've been doing research and learning what energy is all about. Now, a lot of y'all are too smart with all this energy stuff. You got to do this, do that, right? You just, I'm teaching, you know, uh, preaching to the choir, right, about it. Well, let me tell you something. Energy is a critical, very critical component to our lives. Now, there's two types of energy. There's energy that you can acquire, and then there's sustainability energy. Okay, the kind of energy that makes you live. Okay, that energy right there is what I'm talking about. All right, your brain produces chemicals, and it's a little complicated, but when you don't have systemic energy, the energy that makes you live, you get depressed. Yeah, it's a serious issue. And when you have body parts that don't work, and you want them to work, it takes 2 to 3 times that effort to move that body part. It takes energy, and when you run the energy out of that, out of your body, and your body can only do so much, you become depressed. You get extremely tired, and it takes a lot out of you. You're like winded, right? So you gotta when I talk about energy, I talk about the biometric energy. Okay, the stuff that your brain makes, and it has to have some sort of sustainability to it. Okay, and it helps you move, and with it helps you with depression. It helps you with your kinetic energy. It helps you with your momentum. It helps you with just about all that. Once you lose all that energy, you just might as well be dead. Okay, if you got no energy, you're dead. Energy is a key component to life. Okay, everything revolves around energy. Okay, it's motivating. You know? So here we go with this. You can see that I put down. Let me see if I could pop this here. Okay, so you could see that I got it down. Yeah. All right. So see, if you work by yourself, so I got these bolts with some crescent wrenches on it, and I got to get underneath the truck. So I put these crescent wrenches on, and what happens is, since it's rotating a certain way, this is going to go ahead and bounce up in here, and it's going to stay so I can tighten stuff on the bottom. So I got one, two, three. It has about 5 bolts that I have to put down, right? So that's how I operate by myself. And depending on the situation, that's what it is. So this is a manual. Okay, a manual, but I'm going to go ahead and try to uh, uh, what do you call it? You got to forgive me. I get stuck on phrases and words and stuff with my short term memory. The winch. So I'm going to go ahead and put a winch on it, and this is part of the project is get this installed here on my truck, and attach it to a winch that's going to be on the back of the truck, but I got to wire it. And so that's the project I'm working on. All right, because the VA won't do it for me. All right. I can get a fuss and huss and go over there and start causing all kinds of stuff, all kinds of shit, and try to get it done, get shit done, get shit done TV. And that's what I'm doing right now. Get shit done TV. I'm getting this shit done. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you, folk. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. So if you're looking at retiring, all right. And you're looking at, oh, I have Medicare. I'm going to have Medicare. I put, 25, 30 years into work and then some. It's going to be nice. I'm going to retire. I'm going to have Medicare. Think again, folk. Think again. Okay. You have to do this shit yourself. So stay healthy. Don't get injured. And make sure you have energy. All right. That's coming from GSD TV here. I'm telling y'all, man. So, so I have these bolts and stuff. Is it look? Yeah. So the crescent wrench, right? It's going to hit up against here, so I don't have to have anybody help me. As long as I'm not, jerking it a lot, and it's not pumping up, so it's not going to come off. But that's what I'm working on. So this stuff is what I have purchased, and you can see the crane there. Isn't that awesome? That is cool, man. And so I got my all my stuff ready, and I'm gonna install it today. So I already accomplished some drilling. I drilled some holes in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. The only problem I had, now let's see if we can get my ass down and sit down on this son bitch down here. Hold on, folks. All right. Um. So with my tools, so what happened was, there were these brackets that go across the bottom to support the weight that I'm going to be picking up, right? So it just can't be the bolt in there, because it'll rip off it'll make cracks and rip off depending on the weight of the subject. It'll rip out of the truck with the weight. So you got to put some sort of bracket underneath, and the bracket they gave me it obviously is not going to fit on the bottom, because the bottom of the truck don't fit the bracket. So I have to improvise. Should I say improvise? So I got these uh, shelf holders, right? And I'm putting them underneath, and so that will help secure some of the weight that's distributed uh, in the bolts. All right, where the bolts are, and this is the best I can do because there's all supposed to be connected together. But the way it's constructed underneath the truck, I can't do that. So I have to improvise on putting some stuff down there. So that's what I'm doing right now. I started yesterday, and so it'll take today and probably tomorrow to do something as simple that you can get done within like 2 to 3 hours. Okay, it takes me a few days to get shit done. Um, but I'm getting it done. See, you see what I'm saying? It blended right in, didn't it? I didn't have to think about it. GSD, get shit done. So, man, I'm really liking this. It's pretty good. So let's go ahead and address some other stuff, like while we're working a little bit. Um, um, my advocacy for myself have been slow, but I am getting correspondence from the people that are helping me, and I can't give you the information that I need to give you due to the sensitivity of my case. All right, but I could say, you know what I'm talking about. You know, the black hand that's helping me. Um, we're waiting on correspondence from the VA. And so once we get that correspondence, then we can act on that correspondence. All right. So it's taking some time. Let me tell you guys, anything you have to do with the federal government, you can forget about it. Forget about it. All right. It ain't going to happen when you want it to. But what I can do is try to motivate and do videos like this to help my case. Okay. So, and right now, it's been a good couple of days for me with the energy that I have. I have to work on trying to sustain the energy. So I have a routine on taking amino acids and certain things that help me with my inner core energy. Okay. And it takes a day or so for my body to really adjust to it. So if I miss it, if I miss the slot, you know, to sustain this energy without skipping a beat, um, it doesn't really work for me. Okay, because then I, with my energy, if I use it to control my body movement, um, if the sustainability of energy is not able to help me throughout the day, then I just get depressed and I can't do much. I'm extremely tired, and I get upset, and so it's a common occurrence for me. So so I do the best I can. And right now for 3 days, I've been having this good energy stride. It's like a stride. That's exactly what it is. It's a stride. So I've been doing okay. And so I have the energy to do some stuff. I've been cleaning up the house. Um, I've been doing all the stuff I need to get done around the house, some of it, most of it. And, getting to the store, getting dog treats, doing all that kind of stuff that I need to do. Right. And then getting work done because this shit ain't going to get done itself. Got to get the shit done. Right. Get shit done TV. This is GSD TV again. So I'm doing pretty good, and so what we'll do is I'll take a pause on this GSD TV. All right, and but before we do that, let's chat a little bit about some of the politics going on around in the country because it makes a difference. It makes a difference on how it affects you in your everyday little life. Right? You don't think that it does, but my God does it. I mean, it absolutely does. And to start off with, this is what I want to point out. All right, folks. We are claiming in our country right now, the United States of America, that we have a mental health problem. That's what we're claiming. Yeah. So we're claiming, hey, we have a mental health problem in this country. That's what we're saying, right? I'm here to tell you on GSD TV, that's a bunch of bullshit. All right. Get shit done TV. No, we don't have a mental health problem in this country, in our country. You know, we got a behavior problem. Yeah, fuck that. We got a behavior problem. Example, transvestites. You think that's a mental health issue? Well, yeah, you can say, yeah, it's a mental health issue, but that's just a joke. Okay, we all joke about that. What it is a behavior problem. Okay, behavior problem turn into mental health problem. But we got a behavior problem with that. We don't want to address it because we're going to be have to deal with people's attitudes, right? We have to deal with the ins and outs of racism and all. People are starting to catch on to general people starting to catch on to trying to get some leverage on the constitutional rights. That's what they're trying to do, right? And so you can't do, they're all upset about it. Hey, you have to accept us. You have to. No, we ain't gotta do shit. Get done TV means we have to start addressing the behavior problem, right? It's a behavior problem, folk. You get a gun, you get a weapon, you go into a store and you start waving it around. Is that a mental health problem? No, that's a behavior problem. Okay, you want what you want and you want it now, right? So we need to start being real with ourselves in our country. We need to start being real. All right, let's get real with it for real, folks. Let's get real with it. It's a behavior problem. Racism, that's a behavior problem. Okay. Everybody claiming racism now because they can't do it themselves. They can't make it themselves in the United States of America. So now we start claiming racism. It's racism. What's the big thing now? Um, the big thing is the border, right? The border. That's a behavior problem, right? People are behaving uh, like they want to, uh, 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 like they get information, so they want to act on it. So that right there is mostly behavior problem. They want to get over here and start misbehaving and ignore our laws and stuff. Right? That's what it is, folks. We need to start addressing it as the way it is. Stop playing around with these words. Oh, we have a mental health problem. No, we have a behavioral problem in this country, and we need to fix it. We need to deal with it. Okay, and we can deal with it. And so that's why I was harping on the whole McCarthy speakership thing, right? Oh, here we go. People are like, fuck, here we go with them. Yeah, so what? All right, this is the first edition of GSD TV, and check it out. So, um, have you seen Kevin McCarthy lately? He looks so uncomfortable. I wanna stop him and be like, dude, calm the fuck down. Right, chill, dude. Just chill the fuck out. Right. The pressure's on. See, with the concessions, with what people wanted him to do, he got the pressure now, and he don't like it, and that's okay because he shouldn't have been speaker in the first place. Okay. So, and Trump a little worried too because it reflects on Trump because Trump the one calling in on that day, and he don't want it to reflect on him as McCarthy not going to hustle. McCarthy needs to hustle now, right? And Trump's like, hey, dude, you need to get this shit done. Get shit done. TV, get it done, or I'm gonna look bad and I'm gonna have to kick your ass. You see, that's how it goes, folks. And so it's just too bad that they ignored the conservative principles that should have been in place instead of McCarthy. Should have picked somebody else, right? They should have had enough time to vet V as in Victor, E.T., T, somebody in. They had enough time to do it, folks. But they rather the Republic. I call them Trumplicans, the Trumplicans, right? These are the semi, conservative slash Republicans, like Margie Taylor Greene. I was upset with her. I'm upset with her. I'm on her side, but I'm upset with her, playing this, oh, Trump's calling, Trump, come on, girl, get it right, you're embarrassing, you know. So who's calling me? Somebody calling me? Shit, man, I hear strange shit. So, you know, the concessions, all these, can you make a deal with us? And then, this 20 that held out originally wanted to see if they can get stuff in place to get it done for the people like you and I, right? Yeah. So they made deals, and of course, Trump called in, and that was the deciding factor. And Marjorie Taylor Greene acting like a little girl, and I was upset with a lot of folk that they claim to be conservative, have conservative principles, and act on them. And this was a prime example of not acting on their conservative principles. It absolutely was, and it was upsetting because Trump runs on some of these principles, and he's all about that. That's why he's popular. You know, don't mess with my guns. That's a conservative principle. Don't do this, don't do that. Get shit done TV. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. And so Luna, that new Mexican girl, God bless you, girl, but you done fucked up. Okay, for you being new in Texas, whatever she was, she went ahead and went with, the Trumplicans. I'm telling you guys, keep that in mind. Trumplicans. All right, they're the ones where they get so excited. They get oh my God, I'm so excited. With Trump, like and Trump can do no wrong to them, but they're using him as leverage to keep their job. See, and Trump needs to be aware of that. Okay, so when Trump runs for 2024, he needs to be extremely aware of Trumplicans. Okay, they're what do you call it? How can I explain it? They're like groupies. That's what they are. They're groupies. Okay, they're like Trump can't do anything. It's the popularity of Trump is why they're backing him up. But nobody wants to do their job. Nobody wants to do their job anymore, especially the politicians, right? Get shit done TV is saying nobody wants to do their job because it's not popular to be conservative, people, but Trump is. Okay, so they're substituting conservative principles for these concessions, these deals that are being made. And that's absolutely wrong. Okay, all they had to do was put somebody in there and get together as Trumplicans and say, hey, look, we should really put somebody in there besides McCarthy that is a conservative. That way we won't have to deal with anything for a long time, right? We won't have to argue with the guy. We know when we come up with a bill or legislation that needs to be passed, and we need to pass it through the speaker. We know we're not going to have a problem because of the conservative person and the principles. But since we have, Kevin McCarthy, not everybody's comfortable with that because he's not gonna act on those, or he's gonna have some sort of uh, um, reason that he has to add, like what they call it, pork, into a bill and then pass it. He can't just do it off the principle of being conservative. So Trump's being played a little bit, yeah. And so he lost my vote, Trump. Yeah, if Trump runs and DeSantis does not run, I'm going to vote for Trump. I have to. If Trump runs and DeSantis runs, I'm going to vote for DeSantis. Yeah, because Trump done fucked up. Yeah, this is GSD TV, folks. Okay, this is the real shit. So I'm telling you the way it is. Okay. Um, Conservative principles means shut the border down. How does that work? Well, how in the hell does that work? Well, not everybody thinks that's a good idea, but it could work if we do it smartly, right? 2 weeks, shut it down for 2 weeks, shut it down for a week, shut it down for a day, shut it down for a month. I don't know. We should have access to dealing with our border when a conservative principle is being threatened. Like you got all these people coming across the border, and all we're seeing is like, oh, we shouldn't let them in. It's more than that, people. Come on, it's more than that. I've been lived here all my life in Arizona, and I grew up hearing people talk back and forth when I was a kid about border issues. As my uncles and all that, and it's corrupted. It's very corrupt, and it's been the narrative since then. And I can't imagine. You can imagine what it is now. I worked on the border, so it begs the question of, well, what's the root problem? What's the root problem? The root problem is we need to instill conservative principle on the border and it not be changed no matter who's president, no matter what uh, Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever's in house. There should be a sort of a ironclad um, um, process to the border. Okay, there should be something that if this happens and this is what is instilled in the conservative principle in order to act on it. So right now everybody's rushing the border, right? All kind of folk, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. And there should be some stuff that we should be able to do, like shut the border down and be like, well, this came up, and so now we have to shut it down, right? In any party. And if you don't, then that's a problem. Then we all can jump on that and say, look, you're not doing your job. But right now, we can't do that because we have no conservative principles instilled on dealing with the border. Okay. Now, it's a big issue because inside the border culture with border patrols, there's two families. Okay. There's the union family and there's the non-union family. So, you have to deal with that, folks. You have to deal with that. And people want their jobs, right? They want their jobs to be there still, but yet they want to help with the ideas of how to control the border. And we shouldn't have to deal with that if we have a ironclad process of dealing with the border, no matter who's in office. Republican, Democrat, Independent, right? If something happens, this is the process of dealing with it, and that's it. You cannot change it. You cannot change it, and that works for a lot of things in our country, like healthcare. If this happens, this is what we have to do. Don't listen to the computer and say, "Well, we can't figure it out, and we can't." That it's a mess. I think we could save more money. I think if it's a certain process that can't be changed across the aisle, no matter who's in the White House, I think that once those things are in place, which are mostly conservative things, we won't have to deal with the little nitpicking shit, right? We won't be able to not GSD, get shit done TV right here. You hear it first, folks. So um, we have to start instilling these things in our country because we're watering down our society with letting people in our border. It's kind of like I'm not sure you guys can understand it because it's like when people start getting too smart, right? It creates a lot of problems with our politicians and our lawmakers. So you know it kind of begs the question of people start thinking in conspiracy terms, like, while you're letting all these people in, you're just kind of watering down the smartness of our country now, right? You're not letting in, the doctors and the engineers you're not letting all those people in. They want to stay where they are because they're making money. They're enthusiasts, they have integrity, work integrity, no matter where you live. Mexico, Iraq, it don't matter. If you have work integrity, you're going to stay where you are because it don't matter. You're going to make money and that's what you do. So all these people coming into our country are just watering down the initial um, what you hear on TV problems that we have in our country. And when you do that, then it makes good for TV, but it doesn't make good for all of us, does it? No. So that's the way I see it. So get shit done TV means stop the border, stop people from coming into this border. I mean, what's going to hurt them? We're stopping the dregs anyways. What, you have one or two out of how many tens of thousands of people coming across the border that can do something, right? I don't need another bricklayer. I don't need another motivator. I need people to fucking work. We need people to help build our country. Stop fucking around, right? So GSD TV, come on, folks. So I'm here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm putting in this lift right here, right? It's a lift. And I got my tools and I got my one tool there. As you can see it, always have to have that tool, people. You always have to have it. I got my drink. Oh, that's good. I got some stuff. So I already explained what I was doing. So what I'm going to do here is you can see right there that I'm, putting in you see the bolts there. And I have to put something like this, which is a backing, right? It's a backing, so that way the bolt's not just up against the metal, and the weight is going to tear that metal apart. So it has to be something flat to support the weight, right? So that's what I'm doing. It did come with a bracket, but since the truck is, built as a truck, I can't put that bracket to support all the bolts. So I individually have to put these brackets on that I'm improvising with, and make sure that it can hold the weight of this lift. So that's what I'm doing right now. And as you can see, this is the Duke. Um, the Duke is my Silverado 1500, and I'm doing this project right now because the VA is not efficient, the most efficient operating federal agency in the government. And I'm having a lot of problems with it, but I'm dealing with it. So that's what I'm doing, and this is uh, my time to say la vie. This is um, GSD TV. This is the first airing of GSD TV. Well, what is GSD TV? Is Get Shit Done TV, right? We're gonna make sure that we express ourselves as conservative, and make sure we express the common sense that we have been losing, or I don't say we've been losing it. I say we've been watering it down. Right, we've been ignoring the principle of its simplicity. Right, and so we're trying to be smarter than we think we are. Right, we can do a lot of stuff, but some shit you just got to leave alone, man. You just go with it and be like, hey, don't explain to me why I think that's wrong. Teaching our kids how to be transvest. Come on, y'all. And that's it's frustrating, ain't it? Yeah, I know it is. But so again, GSD TV, thanks for paying attention. And I'll show you guys the another when I get this done, I'll show you guys a part of what I got done, and my progress. But I can't do it as I do. I can't videotape the full episode of this getting done because, man, I tell you, it takes me forever to do something. What takes you guys, able-bodied person, a couple of hours to get something done, it takes me a couple of days. to get stuff done. So, but I'm trying, folk. I'm trying. And we'll catch up with some more advocacy. We'll talk a little bit about some other stuff. And thanks for watching GSD TV. All right. All right.